Hello, my name is Joey Miller, and it's the end of the decade. Jesus, that went by fast. So today I will be taking a look year by year with how the Colorado Rockies did this decade.
The post-game report is up next.
Now, the Rockies were coming off a brief playoff run in 2009 where they won the NL Wild Card but would lose to the Philadelphia Phillies in the NLDS. In 2009, Rockies fans would also be introduced to Jim Tracy, who took over for Clint Hurdle following an 18-28 start on the season. So 2010 would be the first full season for Jim Tracy at head coach. This season, Troy Tulowitzki would win his first Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, and make his first All-Star Game appearance. Later that year, Tulo would receive a 7-year contract worth $134 million with money guaranteed until 2020. Hey, that's next year. I wonder what he's doing right now. Also, do you remember that trade at the end of 2008 where the Rockies traded away their star outfielder, Matt Holliday, for some rando pitcher, some decent to average closer, and then some random Venezuelan prospect? Well, as it turns out, that prospect turned out to be this guy. In 2010, Carlos Gonzalez would win the National League batting title, finish third place in NL MVP voting, and he would record the 6th cycle in Rockies franchise history, which ended off in a pretty dramatic way.
Carlos Gonzalez, high drive, deep right, touchable, he's done it! Are you kidding me? Come on! Holy cow! Unbelievable! 6th career cycle in Rockies history. It took only 1 pitch.
Last but not least, Ubaldo Jimenez became the first Rockies pitcher on April 17, 2010 to throw a no-hitter against the Atlanta Braves at Turner Field.
Did it.
Parra hits a comebacker and a good feed initially by Rogers, and that allowed Herrera to convert the double play.
In January of this year, Rockies GM Dan O'Dowd would lock down his special cargo by signing Gonzalez to a 7-year contract extension worth $80.5 million. That didn't really help them that year as they would win 38 games at home. 38 games out of 81 home games at Coors. But hey, they drafted this kid out of Texas in the first round, and I guess you could say his story would unfold later this decade. Oh, and speaking of players from Texas, there's this guy who made his debut in June of 2011. And yeah, I think this guy should grow a beard.
Are we really going here?
Go, guys. Are we going?
Okay, all right. Let's do this.
Yeah, this season wasn't really good. They finished dead last in the NL West with a record of 64-98. However, some new faces were introduced to the program, such as Josh Rutledge, Willian Rosario, and this guy acquired in a trade from the Chicago Cubs. But if these new kids weren't bringing the fans out, maybe this 49-year-old past his prime pitcher who averaged his fastball like in the 60s might do the trick. Spoiler alert, it didn't. But he did become the oldest pitcher in MLB history to record a win.
Involved for 47 games. And this is lined toward right center. What a catch by Kadire. And the throw to second. Got him.
It's the 20th anniversary of the Colorado Rockies, and I guess that means it's time to take somebody from the inaugural 1993 season and make him manager. You remember last season when they were just terrible? Well, this season they got the 3rd overall pick because of it. So, who did they choose with that 3rd overall pick? Oh, yeah, this guy. Not bad. Too bad they didn't get a chance to take that pitcher out of Stanford that the Astros took 1st overall. I wonder what happened to him. As for the season, who would have thought Michael Kadire winning the National League batting title this year would have been like the 3rd most important thing that happened that year? Like, for example, this 2nd rounder out of 2009 got called up in April, and I guess you could say he was okay at defense. Unfortunately, you know what they say. In with the old, out with the new. I think I got those mixed up. But anyways, after 17 seasons, one of the greatest players in Rockies franchise history, Todd Helton, would decide to call it a career. What did the Rockies give him as a retirement gift, you might ask? Well, I guess you could say it's pretty similar to what any other business would give an employee for their retirement gift. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, a horse.
Coors Field is jumping. Crowd around 50,000 expected. And the new rooftop is in full swing. And man, that looks like the place to be.
Well, it's a new year. And Tulo got injured. What else is new? Let's check back on that player who I said should grow a beard. What does he look like now? Oh, okay, cool. That looks pretty nasty. That beard must have done something because he would go on to appear in his first All-Star game. Pitcher LaTroy Hawkins would come back to Denver after what would seem to be his millionth team switch, where this season he would record his 1,000th career appearance, making him the 16th player in MLB history to do so. Oh, yeah, and there was yet another NL batting title won by yet another former Twins player who peaked in the 2000s. Last but not least, Dan O'Dowd would come to a realization that he wasn't a good GM and would pass the torch to some Harvard-educated dude who is still the GM to this day. But to O'Dowd's credit, his last first-round draft pick wasn't terrible.
This ball's well hit. Arenado's gone back-to-back. Whatever you can do, I can do.
So this guy got his first All-Star game. So did this guy. And remind me what happened to this guy after the All-Star game break? At the end of the season, Nolan Arenado tied for first place in home runs in the National League with 42 home runs, with Carlos Gonzalez right behind him at 40. So, with that said, just remind me, who won the 2015 NL MVP again? Oh, yeah. But then did Nolan or Cargo finish at least top 3 in the NL MVP voting? No? Well, top 5? No? Seriously? Dang. Okay. Thanks, baseball writers.
I'm just trying to HIT the BALL. Nerd.
Hey, look, another top 5 draft pick. But at least this year it isn't 3rd overall, so I guess that's progress. Alright, back to the season. It's 2016 opening day, and shortstop Jose Reyes has up and left, so who do the Rockies have left? Nobody? Hey, remind me, is that shortstop from the 2011 draft still in the farm system? Oh, he is? Well, call him up. He's getting the starting job.
Here's the 0-1. Story hits it high and deep right field. Way back and gone! 3-run bomb. Welcome to the big leagues, Trevor Story. How do you like that?
I've got goosebumps.
Me too.
Not gonna lie.
Me too.
Jose Reyes, who? Nolan Arenado got another 40-plus home run season. Let's see if he finished as a finalist for NL MVP this year.
High fly ball, deep left field. Way back. Oh, Rockies winner! How do you like that?
I got goosebumps.
Remarkable. Oh, and by the way, that's a cycle. Walk-off cycle.
Remind me again, how many seasons has it been since the Rockies made the playoffs? Oh, geez. Okay. Wow. Bye, Walt. Welcome, buddy. No, not that buddy. There you go. So this year, the Rockies would finally make the playoffs again in the NL Wild Card against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and oh boy, that didn't last long. But hey, that player with the beard that I mentioned from before, he's even better now, and he even made the Home Run Derby. Also this season, Denver got to see the former first-rounder and hometown kid make his MLB debut. He looked pretty good, and same goes for some other new faces like Antonio Senzatella and Herman Marquez. This year they also picked up Ian Desmond. That went okay. And Greg Holland. That didn't. Let's check again. Did Nolan become a finalist for NL MVP this year? Oh, yeah, of course not. But he did win his first career Platinum Glove, so that's cool.
Charlie Blackmon hits for the cycle, completing it with the double. And they roar about that. And he's going to leave, and he'll get a monstrous ovation.
This year, the Rockies picked up right where they left off, making it back to the NL Wild Card, facing off against the Cubs. Nolan got hugged by Javier Baez for some reason. And then the Rockies almost gave everyone in Denver a heart attack. Remind me again, who was the hero who got the 12th inning go-ahead RBI single? Was it Cargo, Charlie, Trevor?
The pitch.
Base hit into center field by Tony Walters. Home comes Story. Par to third. The Rockies have regained the lead. 2-1 in the top of the 13th. Tony Walters with the biggest hit of his career. The Rockies have the lead.
Oh, yeah. Tony Walters. You know, Tony Walters. They would go on to get swept by the Brewers in the NLDS, but who even remembers that? But hey, Nolan finally became a finalist for NL MVP. Did he win? Oh yeah, and Kyle Freeland got 4th place in Cy Young voting that year. Maybe the baseball writers are learning.
His ball crushed deep right center field. Did he get it all? Yeah! Walk-off winner! Chuck Nasty! How about that first bomb of the year? Oh, baby!
The Rockies had a fire sale heading into this season. A good amount of players left in free agency like Cargo, DJ, and Adam Ottavino. I guess the Rockies just didn't feel like they had the money to pay for those guys. So tell me again, what did they do to replace DJ at second base? $24 million? And you didn't have the money to sign DJ? Overall, not the most impressive season, but at the end, Nolan Arenado would win his 7th consecutive Gold Glove and his 3rd consecutive Platinum Glove. Not bad for a second rounder in the same draft as Strasburg and Trout. So if he was the 2nd round pick in that draft, who did the Rockies get in the 1st round? What? This guy? This guy. This guy. Really?
Ben Carlisle, you nailed this one, but I say Nolan's the most overrated player in baseball. Plays in a launching pad and he's a 250 hitter otherwise. I don't think I'm a 250 hitter otherwise, but thank you.
So in conclusion, it'll be interesting to see how the Rockies fare in the new decade. They definitely have their work cut out for them this offseason, especially when it comes to the bullpen. But for now, I guess only time will tell. Will the Rockies win their first World Series in franchise history? Will Nolan Arenado win NL MVP? Overall, this decade, the Rockies definitely have their ups and their downs. A lot of downs. Who's really to say what's going to happen at Coors come April 2020? I guess we'll see. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Once again, my name is Joey Miller. These are my socials, and no matter what team you root for, I hope this next decade goes all right for your team.